Hey, well, welcome everybody. My name's Rachel from AWT, and I'm so delighted that you could join me today. Hi Sash, how you going?
I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Tell me, isn't it the hottest day in Sydney today?
It is very hot. Yes.
You're nice and cool in your air conditioning there?
Mhm.
Oh, good stuff. And welcome to training. I hear you're a Melbourne resident living in the heart of Melbourne.
Yes, I am, and I did see on the weather that I'm pleased I'm in Melbourne today and not up north in that
Oh,
heat.
yeah, I'm glad to hear. So it's obviously a bit cooler in Melbourne today.
Yeah, it is. And it's nice to see the faces of my colleagues. So, yeah, hi everyone.
Hi.
So, Adrian, your manager, mentioned to me that Anne, you've only recently joined a month ago. So, yes,
Yeah.
Sash and Chels, I know you were looking forward to meeting them today. So, yeah, I think we're going to have a great time. Chels, wanted to quickly check in with you
Yeah,
over in all the way over in the wild, wild west of Perth. How are you?
I know it's a scorcher today, and I have
Is
three
it?
young kids, so excuse me if there's noises, if there's any disruptions, apologize in advance.
All good, my love. I know we'll get to, yeah, we can certainly handle all of that. And Sash, I know you have your little menagerie there. I heard you've got a couple of goats, you've got a couple of dogs, you've got a cat. I guess the question I lead to is what don't you have?
Fish. No, the
Very
dogs are
cute
all actually
answer.
sleeping in the air conditioning at the moment, and the goats are just moved inside as well. It's just too hot.
Oh,
They're the little
beautiful.
mini goats. So, yeah,
Oh, beautiful. Okay, well, we'll hear more about that in a little while. But look, certainly
hopefully you
today
won't.
I'm Yep. Sorry, yes, hopefully we won't hear more about them, but I want to hear all about all of you. So certainly today, I'm delighted you could join, and certainly being digital and remote around Australia makes it even more special. Adrian's asked me to cover with you today 2 consecutive sessions. So we'll be looking at using the internet to research and then planning and presenting research. So both of those sessions will go for about half an hour each. So combined time online today will be about an hour. A couple of things before we kick off. In terms of housekeeping, a friendly reminder just to keep your cameras on for me and to go on mute when you're not talking, although I can see you're all in very quiet environments, so not too much of a bother about the mute. As you've probably noticed, today's meeting's recorded, and it can be accessed through the invitation that I sent you after the meeting's completed. I will be utilising different learning platforms today, so word clouds, MS polls, and breakout rooms. Nothing to do from your end, so do not worry. I will look after all of that. But I did want to preface the importance of security and safety. It's always a very high priority, particularly when we have a few learners online. Do protect your password at all times. And if you do identify anything, particularly on this call, of a safety problem or any sort of threat, let me know, and I can certainly notify the technology department. A reminder of our tech support and being online today. If you do happen to drop out or you're having issues, don't stress, it's all okay. I've factored that in for today. There is our tech support number. You can also message me through the chat and our email as well. A reminder of work health and safety. We're sitting here for a while. If you need a break to have a stretch, close your eyes, but don't fall asleep. Feel free to do so. And very probably topical at the moment. Let's be very respectful and inclusive in our behaviour today. This is a very safe environment. I look forward to getting to know all of you. But on that note, don't give me your tax file number or your bank accounts. Keep your personal information safe and secure and don't share it online. And lastly, anything you need, put in the chat. Now, that was a lot of information. Is that all okay with you guys?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome. Chelsea, you're okay? You just nod along. I know you've got a bit of a sore throat today, so
Yeah, sorry, the kids.
oh, do not worry, my love. Do not worry. So, one of the fundamental things I need to do right now is I'm going to get a record of attendance. I'm going to firstly put the link in the chat for you to complete the record of attendance. So that should be coming to you now. And I'm going to then set up breakout rooms to protect your privacy. I'd like you, if you could, have your driver's license ready, and I will just check that off and tick you off. So if you'll bear with me for a moment, I'm going to put you into breakout rooms. And what that means is you're going to be independent from everybody else, and I'll pop in and then I'll pop out if that's okay. So you'll probably be moving to your rooms very shortly, and I'll see you very soon. Now, Sash, bear with me. I can see your room is still closed. I'm just going to open yours up, assign participant. Sash, I'm going to put you in room 3. Actually, my love, you could probably just show me your license now if you like. I don't really need to pop you in a room. If I am thinking I'm so clever, I don't really need to. So if you wouldn't mind showing me your license, just to verify it's you. Thank you so much. What a gorgeous picture. All right, I'm going to leave you now and pop into one of the other rooms, if you wouldn't mind waiting patiently.
Yep, sure.
And Sash, I'm back for a minute, and then I'm just going to go and get Chelsea, and then okay, Sash, you're back, and I'm going to close the other rooms, and we'll all be joined together. Shouldn't be too much longer. Sorry about the wait, Sash. There's things with digital. Here they are. Here's our friendly colleagues from across Australia. Welcome back. So, speaking of colleagues, I'd love now to get to know a little bit about all of you. And as Anne mentioned, she's just quite new to the company. So if you could share your name and your role at the company, how long you've been there, and just a little bit about yourself would be great. Sash, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm Sasha Price. I'm in sales, and just sort of spend all my time on the phone answering customer queries and stuff. I've been with the company for just over 4 years, so there's a few things I want to pick up, I guess, in this little course. My digital skills aren't great, so
Oh, thanks for sharing, Sash. And we'll certainly get you off and running today, and certainly give you some support materials for your future studies. Chelsea.
Yes, hello. So my name is Chelsea. Like Sasha, I'm in customer service as well. I live around an hour and a half away from Perth, so I work from home pretty much every day. Like I said, I have 3 young kids. They're 1.5, 3, and almost 5. And hubby and I, we're renovating our house at the moment. So we're all living with my parents. So again, excuse me if you hear any noise, or if I may have to excuse myself with all the kids in the background. Look, I know I need the training, but with so much going on, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to manage. I'll do what I can.
Sure. You have a very full plate, Chelsea. So today, certainly I'd love to give you some really simple approaches and some things to do in your own time. You know, when the
That would
kids
be fabulous.
Yeah, in bed or when your parents might be, at a lunch event, but something for you to do in your own time. But yes, certainly I'll get you started today as well.
Thank you.
Now, Anne, I understand you're our most experienced member today, and I think you can probably teach me and Chelsea and Sash. Tell us about yourself.
Oh, thank you. That's kind. So yeah, my name is Anne Johnstone. I'm based in Melbourne. I am new to the company, having only been there, I think it's 4 weeks, the end of this week. And but yeah, I have had 12 years experience in. I'm in the customer experience team. I'm a senior supervisor. So I have been working with computers obviously for a long time, but given that it's a new company with its own systems and processes and procedures, one, it's an opportunity for me to refresh my skills, but two, also to see what the training is for everybody too, so that I'm familiar with that, and that I can maybe not even just upskill myself if there's any gaps, but also see where I can support my colleagues too. So I do everything related with customers.
Oh, great stuff, Anne. And I think we're really lucky to have you today. So if you don't mind, I'd love to get your input going forward. And I hope, as with every training program, there's always something we can pick up. But I'd also love to pick your brains as well, if that's all right.
Sure.
Oh,
Sure.
good stuff. All right. Well, before we kick off, I always love to have a little bit of fun. So, being very close to Christmas, I'm going to ask each of you to find two differences in the picture. Okay, just two. And if someone says yours, then you'll have to, I apologise, find another. So we've been starting with Sash, so I might mix it up a bit and start with you this time, Chelsea. What are some of the differences you can see?
The star
Yes,
at the
correct.
top, and then the bauble right in the middle. There's a red one and then a blue one.
Correct. And
Yes.
how about I go to you next?
Okay, the top left cloud is on the
Yes.
left, but not on the right. And then the small present at Santa's feet, look, on the left, the small one, it's sort of grey white on the left and it's red on the right.
Well done. Sash, I apologise. You probably got the hardest one now. Can you find two differences? And I'm happy to help you out.
That's okay. The bottom right bauble, they're different colours, and
Yep.
his hand is missing on his left hand.
Well done. Oh, good stuff, you guys. So I think we're all in the mood now with our thinking caps on to get started. So let's kick off. Today's first session is using the internet to research. In terms of our learning objectives today, in this particular session, we're going to be looking at the legislation and regulations around internet use. We will set up a workstation with consideration to health and safety, and we're going to identify key functions and uses of search engines. And certainly after the two sessions today, I hope that you walk away with being able to use the internet to conduct research for a work task, confirm and plan to complete a research task as per organisational policies and procedures, and document and present information collected according to the task requirements. How does that sound with everybody?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, sounds a bit. So in terms of our agenda, we will have a look at internet in the workplace and, as I mentioned, the legislation and regulations. We're going to do an asynchronous activity. Now, what I might just put my laser pointer on if you'll excuse me. There we go. We're going to conduct an asynchronous activity. Now, what that means is I'll get you to go away from this presentation and do it independently. And we're going to be doing it on ergonomic workstations and complying with work health and safety. We'll come back and look at online application and tools, policies and procedures, internet browsers versus search engines, and we're going to conduct a synchronous activity. That means we're going to do it all together, of researching your next favourite holiday destination, and we're going to lastly look at help functions. At the end of the session, we're going to conduct a very easy breezy 5-question quiz. Nothing to get worried about, but just to consolidate our learnings. So let's move on. As you'd all be aware, the internet has become an essential tool for modern workers, particularly during COVID. I'm sure you would have all appreciated that The internet had more value than ever, and it is a skill that is highly valued by employers. And I think just looking at how computer hardware and the internet has changed this particular representation is really surprising, and just how fast it moves as well. So I wanted to throw to all of you, and I'm going to actually launch a word cloud now, in terms of how do we use the internet in the workplace. So a poll is going to be coming through to you, and what I'd love you to do is just on your keyboard type a few keywords as how we use internet in the workplace. So it should be popping up for you now. Okay, I heard you. Okay, yes, email is correct. Absolutely. Thank you for that. It's a bit slow, the old internet today. Just when I was talking about how far it's come. Oh, yes, research, communication, perfect. Now they're all flooding through. Thank you for that. What about storing our data? Obviously, that's something that we use the internet for. Even at home, storing our photos. Oh, someone looking for a new job search, I see. Just joking. Well, thanks, guys. That's fantastic. Yes, certainly there is a huge place for the internet in our workplace, and not to mention things like what we're doing right now, undertaking training and professional development as well. I really appreciate your input there. So yeah, moving on. So every business in Australia is required to abide by federal, state and local laws, and the legislation and regulations that's relevant to us include the Copyright Act, Privacy Act, Work Health and Safety, Anti-Discrimination and Online Safety Act. I'm going to guess that you've probably all heard of one or a few of these before. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sash, you've heard of some of these acts before?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So certainly how a business implements the relevant legislation and regulations is outlined in the workplace policies and procedures. So the policies and procedures relevant to internet use include the acceptable use of the internet and who does have access to the internet, websites and content that employees are allowed to access, security measures, how to handle sensitive information, monitoring and logging of internet usage by employees. And the policies and procedures relevant to work health and safety involved outlining hazards, risks, and control measures for working at companies. Does anyone want to have an educated guess, I'll say, of what the term ergonomics means? Jules, do you want to have a go?
Prevent injuries.
Yeah, exactly right. The prevention of injuries. Anything else?
Is it something like getting your body into like a neutral position or something so it's comfortable, no strain or pressure?
Yeah, perfect, Sash. And Chelsea and Sash, it's a combination of both of those. So it's now I need my glasses to even read the slide. Let me just close that for a minute. It is the study of people's efficiency in their working environment. So it is to prevent any sort of injury and, yeah, making sure we're doing the right thing. Unsure if you're aware, but musculoskeletal disorders are Australia's leading cause of workers' compensation claims. We are all guilty at one time or another, particularly when there's a looming deadline or heavier workloads. We forget about our recommended breaks from our desk. We keep charging through, and then the next day there might be a sore neck or a lower back issue. Certainly in this particular diagram, we can see from the gentleman here that, with not having his back supported and his neck twisted, there is the opportunity to have that musculoskeletal issue. So office ergonomics do play a big role in minimising work-related strains and injuries. So Safe Work Australia has provided a necessary checklist complying with work health and safety measures. You may have all heard of this before. I've included the link here and we'll put it in the chat as well. But essentially what it highlights is making sure that our chair, the height's adjusted to ensure our feet are flat on the floor and our thighs are angled slightly down. Our monitor's positioned at eye level or slightly below, and the head is in a neutral position, the chin parallel to the ground. The keyboard and mouse placed on a flat surface. And interestingly, this is something I learned when I was doing this research, it has to be 10 to 15 centimetres from the edge of the desk. And lastly, our desk. Ensure that the surface is below elbow height and, sorry, I'll put my teeth in. Sufficient space is under the desk for legs and movement. I've got a demonstration here of a workstation. Can anyone spot anything that's non-compliant?
The height of the chair.
Yeah, that's a good one, Sash. You're right. The height of the chair does look a little bit big. Anyone else? What about you, Anne? You would have had a few workstations in your time.
I was thinking about like the laptop, the placing of the laptop.
Yeah.
It looks like everything's not the right height. And I guess it also depends on what this person is doing at this desk as to whether or not they've got sufficient room to be able to safely work and have their documents and maybe, folders, etc. out.
Yeah, perfect. I think that's a great point. When you're using the mouse, there's not enough room with the keyboard, and yeah. Chels, did you see anything? I know I've left you to last, which makes it always a bit tricky.
No, but I probably wouldn't put the clock where it is. I think it's a bit too close, but I'm not sure whether that's part of ergonomics.
I think that's a good point, or they might need to go to Specsavers. I did wonder if the lighting was a little bit dark, but then we don't know the full picture. But all in all, it's not bad, but there are things you could change. So it's your turn now. I want you to leave the chat, so you can either exit or turn your cameras off. And I'd love you to review your current workstation. Take a photo of it and send it back into the chat. I'm going to now, while you're away, share the Safe Work Australia into the chat. And if I could ask you all to go off for a few minutes, review your desk and provide a photo, that would be fantastic. So I'll see you.
Chat.
Yeah, if you can put it in the chat, that would be amazing.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, thank you. And I'm going to take off my things. So Chels, I'll ask you to leave as well if you want to turn your camera off, and Sash as well. Thank you. Just so you can do this independently. Perfect. Okay, team, if you can hear me, submit your photos into the chat now. And thank you, Sash. Oh, wow, that is quite the setup. Fantastic. Oh, wow, Chelsea too. Fantastic. And we're just waiting on Anne now.
Okay, I've just got to connect my phone so that you can
Oh,
see
no
the
problems.
photos. But
No problems, Anne.
Hold on. Hold on.
So, Chelsea, if you'd like to come back now to the group. So, Sash, I'll start with you. Thank you for sending through your workstation. What did you identify as something that you could change?
I just adjusted my chair a little bit more. I didn't have my feet properly on the ground, so yeah, I've
Right.
done that.
Oh, good stuff. Chelsea, can I ask the same of you?
Yeah, I think my one needs a bit of tidying. When you see all the toys from the kids, bit of cluttering.
She looks pretty tidy now, so well
Oh,
done. You,
thank you.
you're a cleaning machine in that that picture there. And Anne, how are you going with your photo?
Okay, just connecting now because I can't send photos from my phone.
Oh, no problems.
No,
stress.
so I have to connect them. Anyway, I did actually make a few changes. As I said, I've only been back working sort of 4 weeks, and I realised as soon as I saw your thing pop up, a few reminders about what is totally ergonomic setup. And apologies, it's a bit dark here in Melbourne this afternoon. Is I actually had a holder for my laptop and I hadn't been using it. So I just got it and put it back up on the desk so that my laptop is now actually up at a better height. And so I'm not looking down at it, which is what I was doing at the start of our training session.
Sure.
Also, when you reminded me about having your feet flat on the floor, I actually am quite short, which you probably didn't realise. And so I'm using a footstool. I have a proper one of those ergonomics footstools that I had,
Yes.
and I hadn't been using it, so now I've put that back under the desk and I changed my chair height. So
Oh, fantastic, Anne. I'm
let me
really
just
glad
grab
to hear.
So it was really timely to have this, a few good reminders.
Oh, I'm really glad to hear. And yeah, considering all your experience, certainly it's great to have these little prompts and reminders as well. Well, no rush on sending that through, but I'll move forward in the interests of time. So we've covered how we use the internet in the workplace and the importance of regulation and legislation such as work health and safety. So now we're going to move into the online application and tools. So as a starting point, I would highly recommend that you review this Internet Basics tutorial provided by GCF Global in your own time. Wherever you're up to in your internet journey, it's always a great refresher. So certainly, let's begin with internet browsers. An internet browser is a web browser. It's a software application that allows users to access and view information on the internet. And if you don't know it, you're actually on a browser right now. Sash, noting the browsers there, which one do you use?
I think I've only sort of used Chrome and maybe Edge.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. In terms of internet browsers, they do have unique features, but they all serve to have a fundamental purpose of enabling users to access and interact with the vast amount of information that's available. So certainly, let me get on my laser pointer, the URLs and address bar, which is in the top left-hand corner, and also the tabbed browsing as well, which is at the top left as well, which you may or may not be familiar with. There's also the added feature of bookmarks and history. So certainly if you found something that you thought, wow, that's really interesting, I'm really enjoying this site, I'd like to bookmark it or make it a favorite, there's the star here that you can add to your top page in the menu. And in terms of history, if you've again, found something that you really enjoyed but forgot to bookmark it, you can go back to it there. So that's certainly the internet browsers. And I wanted to ask you, knowing you've got the most experience, is that something you use, the bookmarks or favorites feature?
Yes, I do use the favorites feature. So I have a list, particularly because I'm calling accounts and I'm often customer accounts. I'm often dealing with issues and resolving them. What I find is that I tend to put, say, the top 10 accounts that I deal with most frequently. I have them across as favorites, so I can quickly go to them.
Oh, great stuff. Thanks for sharing, Anne. In terms of search engines, it's a web-based tool that helps users find information on the internet, and popular search engines include Google or Bing. And certainly in this particular instance, we're going to put in the search tab recipes. So in terms of recipes, and I do have a digital resource that you can use. Apologies, everyone, that's my timer to let me know we've just gone a little bit off time for this one. But certainly, as you can see, all the relevant websites appear once you type in recipes. And if one of the sites looks of interest, you can click on that to open it. If you're requiring something more specific with the recipe, such as maybe a sugar cookie, you can utilize the links tab here to find an image or shopping or news as well. Is that all okay for you guys so far? Some of the search engine features? Yeah, great stuff. Beautiful. And in terms of help, if you run into trouble, sometimes there's a written text on a web page or a short video you can access, or an automated chat function. And certainly help functions can develop a key understanding of the function and provide tips and tricks for future use as well. So I'm going to stop here for a moment. Now, Anne, how are you going with your photo?
It's coming. I'm trying to
You're
do a
not
before
worried?
and after for you so you can see what I've done
Oh,
differently.
wow. So this is why you are our most advanced learner today. Now, in the interests of time, we won't be able to do this task because I am conscious that we've gone over the 30-minute mark, but it was essentially an option for you to actually, do you know what? We will go through this and we'll skip the quiz. How about we do that? Because I'd really love you to put into practice what we just learnt there. Now, you can all stay here. And certainly what we're going to do is I'd love you to have a look at your next holiday destination. So essentially I've got some little instructions here. So if you want to do it all together with me, you can. So we're going to, at the top right-hand corner, you'll see a dash, some boxes and a cross. So minimize this screen and then find your browser. Now it's either located on the bottom taskbar on the side. And then once you click on that, your search engine being Google may appear. And search for your next holiday destination. And I'd love you to provide an image again and put it in the chat. To provide a snip, you use the Apple's window, the Shift key and S simultaneously. So if you could all do that now, that would be fantastic. And if you get stuck, please let me know.
I don't know if this is what you want.
I'm sure it'll be perfect, Sash. Just don't make me too jealous. Okay. So, Sash, there's just an extra step I'd love you to do. Go to the taskbar and find an image for me. Yep, you're certainly on the right track. Japan sounds fantastic. Chelsea, how are you going?
Oh, getting there. Just bear with me for a sec.
No,
Yes,
take your
coming.
time. There's no rush.
I like your desk, Anne.
Oh, that's very impressive, Anne. Wow. And thank you, Sash. That is beautiful. Geez, Japan looks great, doesn't it? When are you thinking of heading there, Sasha?
Hoping February, but we'll see.
Beautiful. And Anne, where are you off to? Let's have a quick look. You're thinking of Fiji. Beautiful. And if you go up and click on an image, you can also provide an image too. And Chels, we're just waiting on your picture as well. Are you stuck anywhere? Can I help you?
Yeah, it's just won't load. Let's try again.
That's okay.
Or
In
maybe
the
it's just
wild, wild
me.
west, it takes some
Yes.
time and you can
3
always
hours
send it
behind,
to
aren't
me
they?
later. They are 3 hours behind, you're right.
Yes,
So those curtains don't fade, hey, Chels?
Oh, hey, it's
absolutely.
going to be a bit hard to focus on this now because now I'm dreaming about Fiji.
Thank you, Anne. I do love your sense of humour, and I also would like to come along with all of you to your destinations. Chelsea's just leaving us in suspense now, but you can. Oh, here we go. Chelsea, where are we off to?
So you
This
said to
is
me.
this is Kauai in Hawaii.
Beautiful. Oh,
Yes.
geez. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing your holidays destinations with me. Apart from the lag, how did you find that activity? Obviously, you're navigating your search engine, providing an image. Sash, how did you find that?
I think I'm going to be practicing a lot this afternoon, but I might have to do it from home instead of work. I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you feel confident that you know the steps to practice though?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know
good
a little
stuff.
bit. The more I do it, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll certainly send this presentation so you can go through the steps on your own as well. Chels, apart from your lag, how did you find that?
Oh, easy enough. I mean, as long as it doesn't involve numbers, I think I'm generally okay.
No numbers at the moment.
Good,
And Anne,
good.
I dare say this was quite a simple task for you. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I do it quite a bit because I'm often having to look up customers, and I do also make use of the images because sometimes I want to check what the like the clinic looks like as well before I'm speaking to them on the phone. So yeah, it's
Thank you. Yeah.
and I think it's that easy navigation between going to Google. I use Google and then going just to the images. Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Oh, thanks for sharing, Anne, and well done, everyone. You've successfully searched up your holiday destination and shared it. And I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, we might need a little bit of practice, but you certainly know how to navigate it in the future. So, with that, we've actually finished our first session. I'm going to miss the quiz in the interests of time, but I did want to check in at this point and ask you how you're all going. Are there any questions, first of all? Are you comfortable with the pace? Are you feeling comfortable in the content that's being presented? Anne, I'll start with you.
Firstly, I think the instructions have been really clear, so thank you. And I think it's been really good for me, particularly to have a revisit and rethink about ergonomic setup. So yeah, I have got something out of this session. Thank you.
Oh, great stuff. Chels, I'm hoping the children, they seem to be behaving, and your parents, how's everything with you?
Good, good. And I love the pace. It's the right pace. And I've managed to, gather some new knowledge on searching on the internet, which is fantastic because I'll be doing a lot more of that definitely at work.
Oh, that's made my day. Thank you. And
Thank
Sash,
you.
again, your little Noah's Ark there. I haven't seen any cat or dog appear on screen. How's all in your
Like I said,
hood?
they're all asleep on the floor. It's the
I wish I
aircon's
was
keeping them
too.
cold. Yeah, no, we've been lucky. The postman hasn't come to the door either, so when
Okay.
it does, I've got noise cancelling headphones for that reason.
Oh,
But yeah, no, I think it's been good. It's I've picked up a few things like the history. I didn't realize you could have a look at that. And images as well. That's a bit more inspiring. I didn't realize that, what do you call it? A title bar was there. So yeah, it was good.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, so again, I'll send this to you all and you can navigate it at your own pace later. So certainly we're going to move on now to the second session. So we've covered how we use the internet at work and the importance of legislation and regulations, including the work health and safety. And you've all successfully used your search engine for your next holiday destination. So yay, all of you, congratulations. So certainly let's have a touch of fun before we move on. Can you find Santa's hat? He does. It's a very important role, that hat, to keep his head nice and warm when he's on the sleigh.
Okay.
You can see it, Anne?
I think I can.
Okay, please share.
Is it up the top? It's kind of in
Yeah,
the middle.
I can
slightly
see
to the
it.
right.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to put my laser pointer. I'm going up the top.
To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right. There.
Yeah.
Yes, well done. How did you go with that, Chels? Or were you going
Yes.
blinded like I was?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Good on
You can-
Anne for finding it. Yes.
And Sash not far behind. Chels, maybe you can
Yeah.
use this with your children later on.
Oh, they will love it.
Thanks for playing along with me. I do love these little things to get the brain into gear. Certainly this session, we're going to create and follow a research plan. We're having a look at evaluating sources used during research for reliability and use search terms and search operations. In terms of the objectives for the end of the training program, as like before, we're going to use the internet to conduct research for a work task, confirm and plan to complete a research task as per organisational policies and procedures, and document and present information collected according to the task requirement. How does that sound for everybody?
Good.
Good stuff, yeah. So our agenda looks like this. We're going to have a look at the components of a research plan, guidelines, defining research objectives, assessing reputable sources, search items for research, and search operators. And certainly we're going to look at documenting and presenting research findings, and we're going to conduct an asynchronous activity where I'm going to put you into breakout rooms again to conduct that. And hopefully this time we will reach our easy breezy quiz and consolidate our learnings. So let's get started. So basic research, what is it? Now, Anne, would you mind giving me a hand and reading this through this slide for me?
Sure. Okay, so basic research is driven purely by curiosity and a desire to expand our knowledge. It includes information gathering, answering simple research questions such as what, why, and how. It involves learning facts about a particular subject and interpreting these facts based on the research questions or the brief we've been given. And the most common methods of conducting basic research are using search engines, online databases such as Google Scholar and government websites, and completing online surveys or polls.
Beautiful. Thank you, Anne. No doubt all of you will be likely to required to complete research tasks in your role. And in most cases, this will involve undertaking some sort of basic research. So how did we conduct research before the internet? Does anyone want to give a guess? What did we used to use back in the dark ages, in the caveman times? I'm joking, it wasn't that long ago.
In the
Sorry,
library,
Sash.
we had those card files, and you had
Yes.
to pick your subject. I think it was in those, or maybe that was the title, and then you knew where to find the book at the library. So
Same with me. Was it called the Dewey system, or something like that?
oh, that
Yeah,
was
the
the
Dewey.
numbers on
That's
the
The
number
numbers.
cards.
Yeah.
You're
I
absolutely
remember
right.
my parents had a set of encyclopedias, and that was the first place I used to go to for school assignments and things.
Wow, Anne, you are showing how your parents, how rich they were with an
I think
we
I
only
showed
had
my
one
age.
encyclopedia.
One.
We had one
Well,
as
it was
well.
like a consolidated. Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an atlas. We used
Oh,
a book for
Or an
looking up the
almanac.
world.
exactly right. Who uses an atlas now? Chelsea, what about yourself, lovely? Anything that you can remember of what we used to do before the internet?
Oh, I remember back in the days when I have to do like school assignments, there might be like news agency. You have to get like those
Yes.
little leaflets
Oh.
about explorers and
Yes.
yes,
You could cut those
Perfectly.
out, but you
yes,
couldn't
and
cut the
cut and
encyclopedia
paste.
one.
Yes, yes, that's right.
Amazing, amazing. So yes, Anne, the encyclopedia, the library, Sash, you alluded to, news or magazines. I don't have the little cards you were talking about, Chels, but a very good call out. And I think you'd all agree, the internet has just revolutionized the way we find and access information for research. So, Sash, would you mind reading this out to the group for us?
Sure. So key components of a research plan are purpose and goals, participants, method and procedure, and relevant documents.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sash. And certainly our guidelines for research involve utilising search engines effectively, accessing different types of sources, verifying information. You've got to organise your findings, respect the copyright and intellectual property. Do be cautious with sensitive data and limit distractions. Fun fact. Does anyone know what the most common research topic on the internet was as of November 2025? Have a guess.
I reckon it'd be holidays.
Holidays. Good call out. Yep. Anyone else? Chels?
Oh,
Houses.
Houses. Yeah. Anne, what about yourself?
Black Friday sales.
Oh, my favourite. YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube. And when I think of my children and all the little children I know, they are constantly on YouTube. But you might be interested to know other popular searches included Amazon, Facebook, Google, and the weather. I'm sure we've all been checking the forecast for Christmas Day. So, defining research objectives. Anne, if you'll do us the honour again, obviously Chels has a sore throat. If you could talk us through this slide, please.
Sure. Well, this is an acronym, which is like a good framework for you to use when you're writing or defining your objectives for a research project. So
Cool.
the S stands for specific. So what is the goal? M is measurable. So how are you going to measure or track the progress you're making? The A is achievable. So is the goal of your research actually even realistic? R is relevant. So is it relevant for the work you're doing? Does it align, for example, with your company goals and plans? And T is time bound, so giving yourself a deadline.
Oh, great stuff, Angie. I love listening to your voice. I wanted to share with you an example of a SMART objective. I'm sure you've heard from your friends and family at New Year's Eve. How many times have we heard, I want to get fit? I can hear you laughing, Anne. I've heard it 100 times, often from my brother-in-law. I think he says it every year. Now, that is a great objective, but is it a SMART objective? So a SMART objective would look like, I'm going to run 5 kilometres within 8 weeks by training 3 times per week. And gradually, I'm going to increase that distance by 0.5 kilometres each week. So I think you can all see instantly there, it's specific, there's a lot more detail, it's measurable, it's time bound, and it's relevant as well. So certainly that's what we want to apply when we're doing our own research whatever, again, I'll put my teeth in with the topic that we're researching. So the internet is filled with a lot of information, but not all sources are reliable or credible. So certainly we need to factor in the reliability, the credibility. Is it accurate? Is it reliable? And is it objective as well? So certainly it's important to exercise caution with the sites that you use and prioritise information from reputable websites. And certainly government websites are very reputable and recognised experts in the field. So how do we evaluate websites for reliability and credibility? Well, certainly this is a flowchart designed by Kathleen Morris, and it demonstrates how to evaluate websites. And I'll certainly provide you with this link at the end. So yeah, certainly you want to open the site, skim read, Does it answer my question? Is there a credible author, site? And it goes on. The special note here is on search terms. So what you put in is essentially what you're going to get out. So do avoid using vague or general terms, inappropriate synonyms, and use filters to narrow down the search. Now, Anne, you'd be very familiar with this in terms of basic Google search operators, but for Sash and Chels, these are operations that you can do to narrow down and assist your search. So certainly if we use speech marks, which are just here, and again, I'll send you this later on, this allows searching for an exact match. So that can be really helpful in narrowing down your research criteria as well. But again, I'll send that to you and you can review that in your own time. And certainly it is an advanced skill, something Anne's probably doing a lot. But yeah, certainly not something that you need to put into practice right now, Sash and Chels. So in terms of documenting findings, once you've gathered your research and found sorry, let me start that again. So once you've gathered and found your appropriate research, it's important to document the findings. Sash, if you wouldn't mind reading this out for me.
Yeah, so take note of when you access the course, the link or the URL of the source, access later. So you can access it later. What information you gathered from the source, and also cite the sources. Is that where you put the name of the source down?
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, and the title of the specific work being cited, the date it was published, the website URL or the web address,
Yep.
and the date you accessed the online source.
Great stuff, thank you. And let's not forget, providing these details ensures that our own research is credible itself. So we've gathered our research, we've ensured it's credible, and we've provided all the necessary details of the site, and now we're ready to compile our report. So here's the top 7 tips for report writing. So use formal language, use the correct format and structure, prepare in advance, keep to the facts, make your points clear, reference your sources, and proofread and polish. Here's an example of just a very basic research template. It certainly starts with what's the research topic, and in this particular instance, it's looking at a newspaper. So it's drawing out questions around details of the source of the newspaper. Now, keeping in mind this is a template, so you could also edit this template to include things like the date of the newspaper, maybe the author and the author's contact details, such as their email or LinkedIn address as well. But certainly this is a basic research template. So now it is your turn again. And I'd love to hand it over to all of you to find your own research template. Now, this time I'm going to put you into breakout rooms just so you have a little bit of time and space to conduct your own research. And again, I'm going to get you to come out of this chat here, go to your below or side toolbar to find your browser. The search engine will appear, and I'd love you to type in a free template for a research project, and then select this bar here, which some of us needed to be prompted last time just to find the image. Click on the image and find a research template that you prefer. So what I'm going to do now is just pop you into the rooms, and I'm going to come in and visit you as you're doing your research and just to say hi and see how you're going. But for now, I will bid you adieu, but I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, you should be moving into the rooms very shortly. Welcome back, everyone. Now I'm just going to go into our chat and have a look at what we've all shared here. I'm going to start with you, Sash, because I can see that you're adding your picture. How did you find that?
As in the process, or am I comfortable with what I
As in,
found?
oh, sorry, good clarification. I apologize. With the process in terms of searching, finding the research template, and were you happy with the template? Did it fulfill all your needs?
I think it did. When I typed in free template for a research project, and
Yep.
then I went to images, and some of them, when I clicked on them, you had to pay for them. So I clicked away from that and went back to trying to find a free one. Or you had to log in and give your details. I didn't want to give details. So yeah, this is
No.
the one I found. But yeah.
That looks great, Sash. Very clear, and certainly, yeah, it looks like this one is for a book that you could edit to how you wanted. Yeah, great stuff. Thank you for that. Who's next? I can't see Chelsea or Anne, yours in the chat at the minute.
Oh,
Anne, I've just
oh,
said, oh wow, Anne, have you created a template just for this? I'm wow, I'm blown away.
I was going to share, actually, the first place I went to was Canva.
Yes.
And I typed in what you had suggested as our prompt, the free template. And one of the things that popped up was Canva, and they have so many different templates in there. So I think depending on what your research is doing and what you were looking for, I'm sure you could find what you want in there. And then I went a little further afield and just found some online editable ones at a different location.
Oh,
But I think
fair.
what Sasha's right, you know, a lot of them ask you to pay.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a really good call out, Sash. And yes, certainly, yeah, emphasis being on free, and maybe that's something that we need to put in the search bar, although I'm assuming that you did. But thank you, Anne. I'll make sure I share that that site with the group at the end as well. That's a fantastic find. Now, Chelsea, I've just received yours, Chelsea.
yeah, sorry.
No,
Rural Western Australia.
beautiful.
Internet's not the greatest. Sorry.
You're doing so well, and no need to apologize. That's a fantastic, easy. So it's an essay outline template. Again, very clear, very structured, and the ability to edit that if you wanted to add in things like the date, the author, and any sort of other information to make it credible as well. So great stuff. So Anne, I don't need to ask you how you found it, but Chelsea, what about yourself?
I found that it can be it's like a zoo. There's just so many options. You have to go through it. It's time consuming. I found it a little bit overwhelming.
Sure.
Just finding the right one.
Yeah, sure. Exactly right. And certainly in this instance, it might be good to go back to session 1 where you can use those basic Google operations to have a more specific defined search, but again, in your time, and make sure, you know, certainly if your search term is quite defined and specific, then it will get you the results as well. Well, thank you for that, everyone. We're going really good for time now as opposed to the first session. So it's time to consolidate some learnings. Now, I like to call this the easy breezy quick quiz. Okay, it's nothing to be concerned about. I am going to launch polls here. And there's just going to be 5 very quick questions on what we've already covered today. So if you'll bear with me, I will launch this. And you'll be glad to hear that we are nearing the end of our sessions today. We've only got about 5 minutes left together, which is sad for me, but happy probably for you. Okay, so let me just get one that I prepared earlier here. Here we go. So I'm going to be launching something here. It's going to ask you 5 questions, and there are multiple answers. So you don't have to be restricted to just one answer. And here's the first question here. What are the components of basic research? Okay. Are you guys able to navigate the questions on your end, or do you need me to scroll through them?
No, they scroll through.
Oh, great stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anne. Beautiful. Now, again, do not worry if you don't get them right. It's just a quiz, a check.
Mhm.
Okay, have we all finished?
Nearly.
Nearly all good. No rush. Lovely.
Oh, stuck on the last one.
The last one.
Ah, got it. Sorry. I'm
No,
not good with
all-
tests.
All good, lovely. So I won't, that is just for yourself. So I won't publish the results or show that on screen. But I did want to quickly run through on what the wrong answer was in each of the questions. So what are the components of basic research? Did everyone pick up that understanding the p-value wasn't the right component?
Yeah, it sounded
Yeah.
quite complicated, quite advanced.
Chelsea, what about yourself?
Yep, got that one.
Yeah, great stuff. Okay, so number 2, another funny one. What are the key components of a basic research plan? Understanding the difference between relative risk and absolute risk. Did we all put that down?
Yeah.
Good
I think
stuff.
so.
Sash?
Yeah, I did. I think I had a
Yeah.
few others though, so I don't know.
No, that's okay. That's okay. What should research objectives be?
Smart.
Chelsea? Smart? Correct. There's a few funny ones there, long. And what does the acronym SMART stand for, Chelsea? What about you?
Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound.
Beautiful. And lastly, what is a basic Google operation? The one that wasn't right here was allows to ride the next wave. Did everyone pop that one in?
Oh, I also didn't choose there was one that had just a dollar sign and it said US dollar/euro. And I
Hey.
didn't pick that because the euro sign is different.
Oh, clever. Thank you, Anne. Again,
I only know that because my daughter's traveling at the moment and she keeps talking about euros.
you should be running this course, I tell you. You're absolutely right. So there was a bit of a tricky one in there as well. So let me just navigate out of this now and get back to our presentation. I think it's going to take me right back to the start, so just bear with me a moment. In my excitement then for the quiz, I got right. I totally got us out of the presentation. So just bear with me. Thanks, everyone. I hope you're all still going okay. And with
It was
me,
good
we're
to do a quiz though.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
A little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Thanks for your great growth mindset, guys. It's been a really lovely group today. So where we're up to is it brings us to the end of the second session and the end of the skills course today. Are there any final questions? No, great stuff. Certainly just recapping on our learning objectives that we discussed at the beginning. So I'm hoping today that you walk away with being able to use the internet to conduct research for a work task. You can confirm and plan to complete a research task as per organisation policies and procedures at your own workplace, and be able to document and present information collected according to the task requirement. How do you feel that we went on achieving these, gang? Okay?
It was good, thank you.
Yeah, so welcome. Chelsea, how are you? Have you surprised yourself with your digital skills today?
Yeah, I think we all went okay, but obviously need some practice afterwards.
Oh, I think
Absolutely.
you were sensational. And from
Oh,
our
thank
resident
you.
expert, Anne, how
Oh,
do
I
you
think
think
that's a stretch. I think that's a stretch. Yeah, no, it's good. Thank you.
how do you think the group went, Anne? Because you would have been in a lot of groups before.
Yeah, I think, as Chelsea just mentioned, it's the opportunity to do some follow-up practice afterwards. It's really important. So we've had it all presented to us now, and hopefully everybody's managers will give us some time and space to be able to do that practice.
Yeah, great. And I'll certainly have a word to Adrian about, certainly the follow-up opportunities from these sessions, and providing the space and the resources to assist you. So I have alluded to this a lot. These are the resource links and follow-up. I will be putting this in the meeting invitation along with the 2 sessions that you can review at your own time. And I'd highly recommend you reviewing these links because we are meeting again on Monday for our assessment of the 2 sessions that we've just completed. Okay, so do spend the time if you can. Chelsea, I know that you are under time pressure, but I will let you know that everything we covered in the session just then is going to be in the assessment on Monday.
Okay.
Certainly in terms of the details, I'll see you all again on Monday, December 22nd at 2 p.m. There will be a knowledge component and a practical component. So the knowledge component goes for 10 minutes and practical being 15 minutes. So together we'll be together for 30 minutes in total. For today, I'd love your feedback on the last two sessions. It's so important for us at AWT to evaluate our program. So I will put this link in the chat if you can email it back to me at your earliest convenience. Other than that, I will ask you for any final comments or contributions that you'd like to add, and other than that, I'll let you go. Anything anyone would like to add?
What happens if we don't pass in the test?
Yeah, sure. So certainly, Sash, I will highlight that in terms at the beginning of our next session in the assessment briefing. But there is a few opportunities. You will sit the test, and then there's an opportunity to recover the content again and then do the test again. But I'll certainly go through all of that with you on Monday. But there will be a chance to revisit the content and sit the test again. How does that sound?
Yeah, that's okay. That's good.
That's
Thank
all
you.
right. Yeah, no problem. It's a really valuable question for everybody as well. Now I keep putting the record of attendance in the chat, so I will follow that up later. But certainly, I'd like to say a massive thank you to you all. You've been a fantastic group, and yeah, if there's no more questions, Anne or Chelsea, I'll let you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. So
Thanks.
welcome. I will stop recording now as well, and I'll see you all on Monday.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.